Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to do another set of BYOPs. I do have them right here, and if you're wondering what these two kind of notes are, it's because I actually rolled in these two palettes for my deco panning as like no pan left behind, so I've been tracking them like that. And as you can see, I haven't quite completed it on both palettes, and especially Kona palettes I've been stacking a little bit on, but I'm getting quite close on the round singles one. So what I will do today, I will replace these palettes like normal, but the shades that I have not yet used in here I will keep in the palette, and I will make sure to replace just the shades that I have used. So I'm gonna jump into the video and go through these BYOPs, but before I do that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So let's start off with my Kona Singles. So we do have the palette right here, and again I'm going to go through this and only remove shades that I have used, not the ones that I haven't used. We'll see how many of these I switch out, but yeah, I'm going to go through this one like I said first. So looking at the palette, I have used these two are actually in my current rotation of my Focus 15, which is right here, which I'm going to add back in. So that spot is still kind of occupied, but let's go through the rest. So I have used this one, and I feel like I need to switch up some of these like iridescents because I've had them in for a long time. I think I'm going to take out this one, which I think is Halo, and also Ray, I believe. Yeah, Ray and Halo. Those two can go because I've had them in for quite a while. But I think these two I'm going to stay in. This one is, of course, I haven't used it, and this one I have used, but it's a blue iridescent, which I feel like it's a bit more unique currently for what I have in the rotation. Here we have a shade that was in my last Focus 15, which yeah, I have used. I haven't used anything else on that row, so that needs to stay. Same with the second, like the third row right here in the middle. Then we have this blue, which I have used, and again, just to make sure that I switch some shades out, I think I will take this specific one out. That is the shade Diadem from, again, obviously Kona. We do have these two shades right here too. I'm going to keep in the yellow, but I'm going to take out this green called Courtyard. I believe it's Courtyard, right? Yeah, it is. So that one can come out too. And then the last shade that I have used in this palette is this blue right here, but I do want to keep that one in, I think. So that leaves me with these spots open. And here are the shades that I need to fit in. Let me see if I can fit that into frame. Yeah. So these four need to fit into the palette. I'm going to go ahead and do that first, just so I have those shades in. And then I can always go through and add more shades afterwards. So let me go and do that. So there you go, those are those shades, and we have 3 more spots left. Let's have a look in these Kona palettes, what we want to put in. Here we have the first palette, and right off the bat, a shade that stands out to me that I really want to reach for right now is this shade right here. It's a beautiful like pink. This is the shade Adornment. I want to add that one in. And I think that's going to be it for that palette. So we have this one here next, which has some of my iridescent shades. I do think when I add in one more iridescent shade. And currently the one that looks like stands out to me is this one here, which is the shade Phosphorescent. That's a beautiful kind of slightly more green leaning shade, so that one can come in right there. So that is, I think, it for this palette. I have one more spot, but I don't think I'm going to add in anything of these in. So let's go to the last palette. So that is this palette right here, and I think I don't want to add any of these super deep shades. I think I'm going to go for one of these, what's it called? Deep iridescent shades, and I think this blue here is standing out to me. This is the shade Cerulean, so I'm going to add that one in as my final shade right there. So there we have my new Kona palette. Yeah, I'm happy with this one, and of course I still need to reach for the shades that I have not reached for in my BYOP, but of course they are still in the same spot, so that is still fine. So next palette we have is my round singles, and here we have definitely more spots taken out, and I've also reached for more of these shades. So first up, I'm actually going to put back the shades that I haven't used from this palette that are currently out. We do have two. We have this shade here, which is the shade Sweetie Sunbeam. I'm looking back at the old photos, but this one is in my Focus 15, so that's why it was out, because I filmed that video yesterday. So that one comes back in, and then the second shade I haven't reached for yet that should be in there is something that is still currently in my Focus 15. This has actually come out of it, but that is the shade that is the shade Butterfly Nebula, which goes right there. And I believe that's the last one. I just realized right now that I have forgotten to mark this shade here because I have used that shade, but it's not marked. That is the shade Bombshell. So that shade there, that has been used, but it's not been marked, so I'm going to go ahead and do that afterwards. But I believe the rest of these are still in the palette, so we can proceed with what I want to take out. I'm going to take out this shade right here, which is Turbo Water Sucrova from Glam Shop. This one, I have a lot of similar shades currently, so I'm going to take that one out. I want to keep in this green and this iridescent, I think, so those can stay. The blues too I want to keep in for now. This one I haven't used yet. I also want to keep in this one here. I have used that one, but I think it's a good, beautiful summer shade, so that one can stay. We have this blue right there, which I think I might take out now, just because it's more of a kind of winter shade for me, so that can come out. That is Half Moon from Terra Moons. And then this I want to keep in, same as this and this, so those can stay. But we do have a lot of space in this palette. First up, we're going to add in what's in my Focus 15, so we're going to start with these two yellow shades. So I'm going to add those two in. We're going to add in this yellow here. So I believe those are the shades that were in this palette before. We do have this kind of lilac-y shade that I want to add in. I'm going to put that right here, I think. And then we have these two smaller singles, which I haven't decided yet if I want to add into here or not. They don't fit the best, but I think maybe I will anyway, just because they are in the Focus 15. So I'm going to add those two in too, and then we have two more spots left to fill. I don't think I want to add anything from this palette. It's mainly like iridescents and things like that, so this one I'm not going to go through. We have this more neutral palette right here, which I don't think I want to add anything in from either, just because I have a lot of neutral shades in my Panda palette. So yeah, I'm going to skip over this palette too. I do have these singles here, which are new-ish from Shine by SD, which I haven't played with all of them. I played with these two shades and maybe one or two of the other ones, but I do think I want to add in one of these shades. This one is quite beautiful. It's like a green and pink kind of sparkly shade. This is the shade Flash, so maybe I'll add that one in as like a pop right there. Yeah, I want to do that. I was thinking about adding in this shade here, but I think I have those neutral tones elsewhere, so I'm going to skip over that one, and I think that's going to be it for that palette. We have one more spot to go, so I need to pick what to add in there. This palette right here is actually a pretty good one, because these are beautiful summer shades, and the one that's sticking out to me is this shade here, which I think might be a repressed shade. Yes, it is. I don't have the name of this one right now. If I can find it, I will put it on screen, but I need to mark this pencil, which is annoying, but I think that would be quite a nice shade to add in at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think that's going to make my final round singles palette, and it now looks like this. Super beautiful, super versatile, and I think this is going to be a nice switch up for summer. So here we have those two new palettes. I think they are absolutely stunning. I think they're quite versatile again for summer. Definitely going to give me some more shades to play with. I can make blue looks, yellow looks, green looks, like more peachy looks, purple looks, and then obviously here we have a lot of shimmers to go with these shades, as well as what's in this palette already. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will also obviously talk through these palettes in my decor panning update, so if they look different, just know why, and you can refer back to this video of course if you want to. I have also taken photos of what these palettes look like before rearranging them, so I can share that in the update. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys!